Congrats to Kyle Larson and the 5HendrickCars.com team on the win last night at the Southern 500 at Darlington, the race I was at last night. So congrats to those guys on the win. His fans, his crew chief Cliff Daniels, and Team Hendrick on the win. They weren't the fastest car by any stretch of the imagination last night, like a Denny Hamlin or Tyler Reddick or Christopher Bell beginning of the race, or William Byron, but at times he was so close to Denny Hamlin, getting Denny Hamlin for the lead, but it just took Denny Hamlin, which he thought he had a problem, to get the lead away from him. The rest was history that night. But congrats to Kyle Larson. Give him credit. He deserved that win. And that's his third win of the season, surprisingly. So, yeah. And they're moving on to the round of 12. So, congrats to those guys over there at Hendrick Motorsports on the win. And second, Tyler Reddick, he came so close. I saw him with like 20 to go. I was there. I saw him with 20 to go, trying to I thought at times he was going to catch Kyle Larson, catch him. Every time he got so close, he just couldn't catch him. But Kyle Larson was just too fast in the end. But, yeah, great run for Tyler Reddick. They're like 30 to the good or something right now in points. So if he keep having another great run, Kansas next race, they should be safe, but a win would be even safer. And Chris Buescher, great run for him, coming home third last night. He did really well. William Byron was one of the fastest cars that didn't lead all night, so great run for him getting fourth. Ross Chastain, shout out to him, quietly getting fifth. Quietly nowhere to be seen with the lead cars, but somehow came home fifth. So great run. Sixth is Brad Keselowski, which I thought had a great run last night. And seventh, Bubba Wallace. He needed a great run. And I'm surprised he's minus one going in to next week. But I guess other people in front of him may have gotten stage points despite some of them having bad days. But he's still in the running to make it to the next round. He's got two more chances to do it, so he's minus one. Eighth, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott did when he was like with the fast cars, he was around like 6th to a 10th place car probably, so that's about right for Chase Elliott there last night. So he got 8th, and 9th Ryan Blaney. So Ryan Blaney did really well last night. So the trio of friends, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, came home 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's funny how that happens sometimes. So, but great run for those guys. And last year's winner, Southern 500 winner, Eric Jones, came home with a top 10 finish. I knew he was going to be a factor, or at least run well last night, because he's usually pretty good at Darlington. He's usually a sleeper in one of those things, and he has a couple wins there. So, and 11th is Kyle Busch. He wasn't up to Kyle Busch standardish last night, but he rebounded and got 11th. And Joey Logano rebounded and finished 12th after he had a little bit of damage in the Bubba Wallace incident there. So he rebounded and finished 12th and hung in there. So, because I saw him come down pit road multiple times. But yeah, he still came back and finished 12th. That's impressive. AJ Allmendinger, the Dinger, came home 13th at one of the toughest tracks. That's pretty good for him. 14th, Eric Almirola. He was around like 13th or so last night. So 14th is pretty good. 15th is Chase Briscoe. Not hate. I thought he would have had a better finish. He was in the top 10 towards like the end of the race. He was around like 6th at one point, as high as 6th on speed. So it was pretty good, or 7th. So yeah, I wish the finish was a little better, but Chase Briscoe got 15th. 16th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 17th, how about Carson Hocevar finishing 17th in that 42 car? for Legacy Motor Club, and that's probably their best non-restrictor plate finish in a long time, probably too. So 17th for Carson Hocevar in his second start, and at one of the toughest tracks is pretty impressive. So I gotta get, and he's racing for a Truck Series championship, or trying to race for a Truck Series championship in the Truck Series too right now. So that's pretty impressive by Carson Hocevar, who doesn't have much experience in these Cup cars. 18th, Martin Truex, who was quiet, wasn't really much of a factor most of the night, but came home, got a decent run out of it. So, yeah, he's like 25, surprisingly, to the good, or something like that. So, and 19th, Kevin Harvick, which I'm gutted for, because he and Tyler Reddick would have possibly battled for a win if it weren't for that caution. I think he just came down at pit road at the wrong time. Something about the red light was on. He already had entered pit road and did service. It's a weird rule, but I guess it's a rule. But that's part of it. I hate it for Kevin Harvick. He was about to come back and win this race. So I'm gutted for Kevin Harvick. He would have probably beaten Tyler Reddick if we didn't have like a weird, untimely caution there. But hated it for him. Hopefully, he could try to make it in the next round. He can do well these next two. And 20th, got to see my guy Austin Dillon. So he got 20th last night. I'll get to all 80 in a minute. 21st is Ty Gibbs. 22nd, Corey LaJoie. 23rd, Christopher Bell, who was leading a little bit towards the beginning of the race. And then they just weren't, after the first stage, they weren't like much of a factor most of the night after the first stage. But he led most of the first stage there. 24th, Justin Haley. 25th, Denny Hamlin. That's a bummer for him, because if he didn't have that potential loose wheel problem, I'll tell you what, I don't think anybody would have caught him. And I'm not kidding you. Because without that problem, which he thought he had a loose wheel problem, I think he would have won that race last night. And I don't think anyone was going to catch him. But he finished 25th, so he did win a stage, so that helps him, his points situation there a little bit. So, and 26th, Todd Gilliland, who caused that accident with his teammate there and with somebody else. So, yeah, Todd Gilliland come home 26th. 27th, Ryan Newman, whose tire was coming off pit road. He was pitting. 27th. 28th, Ryan Preece. Was glad to see him back racing this week, and it was a miracle that he even raced that he raced this week after what happened to him last week. But I was glad to see him back racing this week, which was good. 29th, Ty Dillon. 30th, J.J. Elliott. 31st, Austin Cindric. 32nd, one of the playoff contenders, Michael McDowell. He got in that wreck with his teammate and somebody else there, and he couldn't turn the car really. But yeah, 32nd, Michael McDowell. 33rd, Alex Bowman. And 34th, Daniel Suarez. And yeah, Bowman and Suarez got into it on the track. Both of them weren't real happy with each other last night. So 35th, Harrison Burton, who's just had bad luck this year. I hated it for the kid. And 36th is BJ McLeod. Let's see here. Yeah, Denny Hamlin's like 27 to the good right now, even though he finished 25th, because he won one of the stages, the second stage. So that did help him a little bit. And he probably had one of the stage points of the first stage too, which really helped. So Tyler Reddick's 30 to the good. William Byron is 45 to the good. All he has to do is just start his engine and have a really great finish. and win a stage or two, and I think and have a great finish. He'll move on to the next round. Or if he wins cure everything too. And Chris Buescher's 27 to the good. He needs to do well. Truex is, that's crazy as this sounds, he's 25 to the good, even though he had a bad night most of the night. Kyle's 20 to the good, 18 to the good is Brad Keselowski. 16 to the good is Ryan Blaney. 13 to the good, Ross Chastain. 30 to the good, Joey Logano by barely, and Christopher Bell is 1 to the good, barely. And right now, even though Bubba Wallace had a great night, he's -1. Kevin Harvick is -2. Ricky Stenhouse is -4, even though he didn't probably have his best run. And Michael McDowell is 19 to the good, Bubba Wallace is -1, -2 is Kevin Harvick. -4 Stenhouse, and -19 is Mike McDowell. He's probably going to have to win at this point. But that's your playoffs. But let's get to AD here. First stage did not start out well, I will admit. We were trying to make it through the field slowly. I mean, first stage didn't go well, I will admit that. But as the second stage went on, it got a little bit better. We started going inside the top 15, slowly getting in the top 10 there. And we were as high as 8th one time, or like 7th, something like that. So I thought we were gonna, if we didn't have like an untimely pit stop or having to come back in with 40 something to go, I don't know, which doesn't make sense to me when we already pitted a few laps earlier. But we finished 20th. I'll admit, I wish the finish was a little bit better. I thought we were gonna get at least a top 15 finish, or better yet, a top 10 finish. But still, at the end of the day, I'm still a fan of this guy right here, Austin Dillon. Actually, besides getting to see him race, one of my highlights yesterday was getting to meet him, which was really cool. And I got to see his son Ace, which was cool too. And I got an autograph for him. And that made me feel good right there when he said to me, I know Christian. I watch his videos every week. He's got my back. As a fan of Austin Dillon, that's pretty cool that he takes the time and watches my reactions every week and watches my rundowns of like all the drivers and where their finishes were. So that really means a lot, and I was very humbled that he knew my name and that he said I have his back. But I had so much fun yesterday watching my favorite driver. So the race was fun to be at. I'm so glad. I'm still proud to be an Austin Dillon fan through thick and thin. And I can't wait to watch you in your next race on TV on Sunday, AD, and good luck in your next race at Kansas. We got 9 more races to spoil a win here, spoil a playoff party here. We could do it. We got 9 more races to do it and left in the year, so not giving up on hope on at least trying to sneak a win, but let's finish out the year right, and let's finish out the year. Let's finish out these last 9 weeks and last 9 races strong, and let's go, AD.